now for more on what needs to be done to get ahead of the virus. Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont. Governor, I want to talk about a few of these critical needs, and I saw you talk about the strategic stockpile vis-a-vis ventilators. That's a strategic stockpile owned by the federal government that's been giving out some equipment to states. What has your interaction with been like? How many ventilators did you get, and where is your state now in terms of what you need?
It's like Andrew Cuomo said, it's a scramble to get these ventilators. He said eBay. It's more like surge pricing on Uber. Only at the last moment, the car drives away because somebody has outbid you. We've got 50 ventilators on the come. I'm told they're going to be here any day. I've heard that before. I'm from the Show Me State. We put in an order for 1,500 ventilators probably months ago.
So you asked for 1,500 from the National Strategic Stockpile and you got 50, or you're going to get 50, you think?
I'm going to get 50, I think. Show me.
There has been reporting indicating concerns that the apportionment of these federal backstop supplies, whether from the strategic stockpile or not, are hinging on political considerations, maybe personal considerations about whether the president likes a governor or not. There's indications that states like Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Florida have gotten all their requests, while states like yours and Michigan and others have not. Are you concerned that the people in your state who are sick and maybe on the threshold of possibly dying or surviving are being punished for the politics you or the state have?
I hope not. Look, I've got Cuomo, I've got Murphy in New Jersey. We're all Democrats. We're all part of the same epicenter. We all have a very high infection rate. You know, sadly, we're now the fourth highest infection rate in the country. It's New York, New Jersey, Louisiana, and Connecticut. So I'd like to, I think it's more, it took the feds a long time to get going. Now they're going, and it's still a bit discombobulating between what the states are doing and what the feds are doing, and that's going to be a very costly mistake. Look, a ventilator is a life. Every ventilator I get can save multiple lives.
So I want to talk more about the weirdness of this market right now. I have now heard in my own reporting from various people about how haywire, not just for ventilators, but for personal protective equipment, that these markets have gone haywire for the reasons you're indicating, right? All of a sudden, there's a fairly fixed supply, there's a surge of demand, there's people bidding against each other. Has that been your experience in trying to acquire these needed things, that essentially it's a kind of free-for-all, and there's no kind of robust central coordinating purchasing entity that could then apportion this perhaps more rationally?
The history books will show that was a terrible mistake. Look, we're all out there. We're following every lead in China, Ukraine, across the country. It's promised. It's on the tarmac, gets rerouted at the last moment. And it's terribly upsetting to a lot of our frontline workers, our nurses. You tell them the PPE is coming. We're going to be able to save your life, and you go out and save other people's lives, and then the truck is empty.
So I just want to make sure I understand this. So what you're saying is you've got procurement officers, you've got people that work for the state that are trying to essentially execute contracts to purchase the equipment you need, whether that's, say, PPE, it's masks and gowns and things like that. And what you're saying is there's these different suppliers, and because they're so sought after, they kind of get to, like, pick, and you've had contracts that look like they were happening, and then they just don't happen.
We have contracts. They're signed, sealed, and delivered. Here's the PO. It's arriving at this in time. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing there at the warehouse. And I've heard this from governors across the country. It's just a madhouse out there. And either people are over-promising or we get outbid at the last moment. Often by the feds, by the way. They're often coming in and sweeping in and purchasing.
So final question for you is about other states. Obviously, you're in the epicenter of this. There's early confirmed cases, an early outbreak in the greater New York area. There are some states like Texas and Florida that have been slow to issue the kinds of orders that your state and others have. Do you have advice for those governors of those two very big and important states about what they should be doing right now?
I do. You'll never be faulted for overreacting. You'll be faulted forever for underreacting. I'd like to think that Connecticut was very early, banning the parades, ending the schools, you know, be it bars and restaurants. And I really urge those other states, look at those states who were successful at bending the curve by taking the social distancing seriously. At the end of the day, you cannot err by overreacting to this crisis.
All right, Governor Ned Lamont of Connecticut, good luck to you in Connecticut, and thank you so much for making some time in a very busy day.